Well,
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome, esteemed guests, residents, and colleagues. I'm Robert Dodd. I'm the Director of Parks and Recreation for the City of Corpus Christi. Today we celebrate a significant milestone in the history of Corpus Christi with the completion of the Packery Channel restoration, dredging, and beach renourishment program. The endeavor represents a dedication and commitment of enhancing our community and quality of life. I'm delighted to welcome each of you to this celebration, a tribute to our city's unity and strength. It is my honor to introduce a pivotal leader in our community, Mayor Paulette Guajardo.
Thank you, Mayor. I thought you were going to wear yellow.
threw you off. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. everyone, and thank you so much for being here. Today's a significant milestone. That's truly an understatement. It is a significant milestone for Corpus Christi with completing the Packery Channel Restoration Project, including the critical dredging and beach nourishment initiatives. So before we begin, I want to take a moment to recognize the elected officials who are represented here today with us. First, we have our special guest, Senator Ted Cruz. And to his left, we have our Congressman Michael Cloud. And to his left, we have Senator Morgan Lamantia. And to my left, we have our wonderful County Judge, Connie Scott. And there you are, County Commissioner Brent Chesney. And I'd like to recognize my fellow council members. We have at-large council member Mike Pusley. And this district's 4 representative Dan Suckley. District 3 representative Roland Barrera. And do we have at-large Michael Hunter? There you are, to my right, I'm sorry. And representing Senator Hinojosa's office, we have Cindy Gonzalez with us today. Cindy, welcome. And due to the ongoing oversight of the wildfires in North Texas, Chairman Todd Hunter could not join us in person today. However, to recognize his office and represent him, we do have Chrissy Romeros. And we have Bella Huerta. Thank you, ladies. Always representing well. Additionally, Senator John Cornyn was unable to attend today's event. However, we would like to recognize Andy Dooley, the Senator's Regional Director. And Andy, would you like to come up at this time to provide some brief comments and present a certificate?
Yes. Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for always inviting and including our office. Unfortunately, the Senator wasn't able to attend in person, but I'm here to read a quick letter on his behalf. Today, I send my sincere best wishes as the City of Corpus Christi celebrates the completion of the Packery Channel Restoration Project. This event embodies the coastal bend's unwavering spirit and resilience in the face of the devastating aftermath of Hurricane Harvey in 2017. This channel has been a significant landmark of the Gulf Coast since 2006. It supports recreational boating activities for Texas families and visitors from across the county. And thanks to the hard work of so many to repair the shoreline project, sidewalks, and other damaged structures, Packery Channel will remain a vital part of the coastal bend community and will continue attracting tourists and boosting the local economy for years to come. I'm proud to have worked with my congressional colleagues, namely Senator Cruz and Congressman Cloud, to support the full restoration of this project. And I appreciate the FEMA and the Texas Department of Emergency Management for their ongoing recovery assistance. I applaud the City of Corpus Christi for achieving this historic milestone and leading the community toward a more resilient future. So here I am to present a certificate on behalf of the Senator to the city on the completion of this really exciting project. So just happy to be here, and we'll be here afterwards. I also will put in a plug that we have Courtney Young, who's part of our policy staff in town, and she helped coordinate with FEMA on getting the project funding for this. So happy to chat with you all after the event. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Do you want me to keep it?
Yeah, I can keep this in your
Okay.
printer.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you, Andy, so much. So this project is a true testament to our city's collective determination to enhance our community's infrastructure, ensuring, of course, that our citizens' safety and well-being and prosperity now is secured and in the future. We extend our deepest thanks to FEMA for their vital financial support, which was really pivotal in bringing this comprehensive restoration and renourishment project to fruition. Their partnership is a crucial aspect of our city's strategic approach to recovery, especially following the challenges posed by Hurricane Harvey. So the scope of the Packery Channel restoration goes beyond mere repair. embodying our broader commitment to sustainability and, of course, to resiliency. The channel not only provides a recreational navigation, but it is an important conduit for water exchange and habitat enhancement in the bay, in the Gulf, and the island canal systems. The original construction also provided 1 million cubic yards of sand that was used to nourish the Michael J. Ellis Beach. And in addition, this project repaired the channel's protection system damaged by Hurricane Harvey, and it created a channel that is much better equipped to withstand future storm events. So the inclusion of the beach renourishment project, utilizing dredged materials to expand and enhance Whitecap Beach, underscores our commitment to protecting our coastal environment and improving recreational spaces for our community. This accomplishment also reflects the strength of collaboration between our community and government entities, illustrating how unity and shared purpose can lead to significant achievements and set a great foundation for future collaboration in the future and of course the success of that collaboration. Today, as we celebrate this milestone, we're not just looking back at what we've achieved, but also setting the stage for ongoing efforts toward positive transformation and environmental stewardship. I'm so very proud of what Corpus Christi has achieved through shared determination and community spirit. Through our joint efforts, we continue to build a sustainable future for all of you and for the entire city for generations to come. So now it is my true pleasure to introduce our city manager, Peter Zanoni, who will share further insights and more details into how this project moves Corpus Christi forward.
Great. Thank you, Mayor, and good afternoon, everyone. Yes, thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon. As we gather to celebrate, as the Mayor said, and as we know why we're here, the completion of the Packery Restoration Channel and the beach renourishment, we want to welcome you here. So it was here back in January 2022. It's hard to believe, but it was 2 years ago almost to the day that we celebrated the groundbreaking of this project. And while my legs were burning up here in the sun, we may have forgotten that 2 years ago it was very cold, right? We were shivering, and I recently saw a picture, and up here actually speaking, and you could tell looking at me it was cold. So we're privileged, though, 2 years later to have Senator Cruz be here with us again. It's really an honor, Senator, to be here with you, and as well Congressman Cloud, an honor again to be here with you and see you at this great event. I know you'll be speaking. What we see behind me today differs than what we saw 2 years ago, and what our residents have seen for 6 years. This project celebrates the long-awaited repairs to the channel and the walkways, especially, that were damaged by Hurricane Harvey, and that was August of 2017. We wonder, it's hard to remember that date, so 6 years ago, the channel was really compromised. Completing the restoration of the channel, as the Mayor said, represents a significant economic milestone for our community, but it also underscores the commitment that we have to community and to enhancing this island's resilience, its environmental stewardship, and the city's overall development. So this is a big project in many ways. This project is testament to what we can achieve through collaboration, through innovative thinking, and to shared commitment of Corpus Christi's future. And we all have that are here today. This is a tremendous crowd, by the way. In September of 2021, we did receive the award letter from FEMA, from the federal agency, that they would fund $13.5 million of this project, leaving just $1.5 million for the local taxpayer to fund. The total project cost behind us is $15 million. And we debate sometimes, should we put these numbers out, because you can get criticized that it's too much, or we could have done it cheaper. But I wanted to say it today because this is a significant project, $15 million to restore the Packery Channel that was affected from Hurricane Harvey. Our local match of the 1.5 actually came from our TERS that's on the island, which City Council recently approved to be continued for another 20 years. So TERS number 2 helped fund our commitment. Now, an important feature that you can see here is the rock, known as the riprap. And one thing I learned when I was here visiting the site some time ago with the contractors, that The rock was actually quarried in Livingston, Kentucky. Anybody from there, from Livingston? Do they make bourbon up there in Livingston? It's 12,000 tons of natural stone from that area. And it was delivered here either by barge using our natural resources or it was brought in by trucks towards the latter part of the project. And so they told me when I was here how many truckloads that was, and we forgot. We said, if you took all the barge rock and all the rock that came in a truck, how many trucks would that be? And we all know what a big dump truck looks like. We're not talking about a Ford F-150 truck, but a big dump truck. So to get all this rock here would equate to 3,600 dump trucks. 3,600. We didn't have time to calculate the math, but I was wondering if we lined all those up, would it make it to D.C. Senate, right? But tremendous asset and a beautiful, sustainable construction method. And this project is a 2-for-1. People like those 2-for-1s, you know, but this project also took the dredging material, the sand that had accumulated, and it allowed us to expand the beach not too far from here, what's known as Whitecap Beach. That beach is now 100 feet wider because of the sand that we dredged from here and placed over there. And the beach now gives visitors more area to enjoy the beach, the water, the family. I think before, I know before, you could not drive a vehicle on the beach. It was so narrow. Now you can stack 3 to 4 vehicles deep, which we like because we want families to enjoy and visitors to enjoy our great beaches here. So our city staff has worked diligently with state and federal elected officials, many of whom are present and whom the mayor acknowledged. We want to recognize the Federal Emergency Management, FEMA, the Texas Department of Emergency Management, TETM, I'm not sure if they're here today, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, very instrumental federal agency in helping us make this happen. The project took over 2 years, about 27 months to complete. It includes repairs to the shoreline, but also replacing the sidewalk, as I mentioned earlier. That's 18,000 square feet of sidewalk. And when we were here, when the project really wasn't quite done, there were a lot of people walking on both sides of the sidewalk, and that's what we want. We want people outside, getting out in our beautiful fresh air and enjoying and getting some good exercise in. I want to highlight some other key facts, too, to show the magnitude. The repair has 7,000 linear slope that was eroded. There was 90,000 tons of stone that was put in, as I mentioned. And the city's commitment to the community as demonstrated over the past 5 years and proven by projects such as Whitecap and the Lake Padre development are more examples of our commitment to Lake Padre Island, or to Padre Island. The Lake Padre development that's not too far from here will bring more residential, as well as the Whitecap, I should mention, more residential, retail, and entertainment to this area. Recently, we successfully cut the ribbon to what is known as the Don Patricio Bridge that the city built, and we have a legacy of prosperity and sustainability with those 2 big projects that are coming online. Now, not a city project, but we do have several county representatives here. The Bob Hall Pier, that was damaged also in recent hurricanes, is finally fully funded and underway and to be developed to have yet another asset right here nearby. So collectively, when we talk about Whitecap, Lake Padre development, the pier from the county, this project behind me, we don't have to say much more. This proves that we have a comprehensive approach to developing into integrating economic development with environmental responsibility and community values. That's pretty powerful. So we're witnessing the existing transformation here in Padre Island, and the recent forthcoming projects will help reshape this piece of Corpus Christi. We do want to thank a few more individuals before I turn it over to Councilman Suckley. That does include HDR, who helped to design the project, and Callan Marine from Houston, who did the work. And are they here this afternoon? Yes, okay, great. Callan Marine is here. We're glad to hear they're also working on our downtown municipal marina, a massive $20 million restoration of the piers and slips there for boaters at the downtown marina. So with that, we want to now invite up City Council District 4 representative, Councilman Dan Suckley, to make a few remarks.
Thank you, Peter. Good afternoon, and what a wonderful day to be out here on Padre Island enjoying our beautiful outdoors. In fact, let's give a big round of applause to Mother Nature. It's a great privilege to join you today to mark a defining moment in our community with the completion of the Packery Channel restoration, dredging, and beach renourishment projects, which include the crucial dredging and beach renourishment efforts that Peter already discussed. As a representative of District 4, I've been heartened by the community's support and enthusiasm for this project, and it's genuinely been fulfilling witnessing its successful realization. The Packery Channel, a cornerstone of North Padre Island and our city, brings vast recreational, environmental, and economic value. The restoration and the beach renourishment initiative has revitalized this essential asset, boosting its appeal and functionality for our residents and tourists. The scope of the restoration was comprehensive, including bank stabilization, structural enhancements, and improvements to water quality and flow. These improvements were aimed at elevating the channel's functionality and durability for future generations. Environmental considerations were integral to the project, ensuring that restoration efforts would bolster our local ecosystems. The project's alignment with our city's environmental objectives showcases our broader commitment to sustainable urban development and natural resource conservation in the coastal bend and on Padre Island. The celebration demonstrates the reinforced community spirit and renewed sense of pride in our local environment, thanks to the combined efforts of many that have brought this project to life. The improvements extend beyond this channel's restoration. The beach renourishment aspect will have enduring benefits, nurturing community engagement as well. These enhancements make our district a safer, more inviting place, enhancing the quality of recreational experiences and the natural allure that defines our area. My heartfelt gratitude goes out to everyone involved. Peter mentioned some of them, but it's been a far-reaching project with a lot of different stakeholders involved, and we appreciate everyone's participation. Your dedication and hard work have been pivotal in reaching this crucial milestone. Looking ahead, I'm enthusiastic about the new prospects the restored channel and enhanced beachfront will provide for Padre Island and the city of Corpus Christi. Thank you all for joining this celebration and your steadfast dedication to our community. Now I'd like to introduce Logan Cobbs, Director of Communications for the City of Corpus Christi.
Good afternoon, everyone. As we progress through today's ceremony, I am honored to welcome State Senator Morgan Lamantia to the podium to say a few words.
Good afternoon, and what a beautiful day it is today to be here, gathered to celebrate the completion of the Packery Channel Restoration Project. From its groundbreaking in 2022 to this very moment, today's ceremony is a testament to the incredible power of collaboration and community dedication. And I want to take this moment to thank the City of Corpus Christi and Nueces County for its dedicated elected officials present today for their commitment to improving our infrastructure across the coastal bend. And my esteemed colleague, Senator Chuy Hinojosa, wishes he could be here today and wishes he could be here to help celebrate, but he does send his regards and he thanks each and every one of you for your leadership. The Packery Channel holds a special place in the heart of Corpus Christi. It's clear that this project has been a labor of love involving countless hands, hearts, and minds. From federal and state partners to local leaders and community members, each one of you has played a vital role in bringing us to this completion day. But a project like this doesn't happen overnight. As we've heard, it took many years and many different people to see this to its completion, to see it to where it is today. Members from the city, from the county, from the state and federal level. And I get to be here today to enjoy the fruits of y'all's labor and celebrate it, but y'all's work is evident in everything that's come today and everyone that's here today to help celebrate this. And I hope to help continue with this project and continue to see more projects like this happen throughout our state. The Packery Channel is an integral part of our community's identity and vitality, and for years it has served as a hub for recreational activities, a sanctuary for wildlife, and a symbol of resilience. Today, this restored channel reminds us of the importance of preserving and protecting our local assets and natural resources for generations to come. It represents the strength and unity of our community in the face of adversity. In the aftermath of Hurricane Harvey, we came together as neighbors, as Texans, as a family, to not only rebuild what we lost, but to continue to improve and build for our future. Thank you once again to everyone who has contributed to the success of the Packery Channel Restoration Project and the beach renourishment, and I look forward to coming out with family and friends to enjoy this wonderful resource our community has to offer. Thank you.
Thank you for those remarks. And moving on, a warm welcome to Congressman Michael Cloud.
It is so good to be with you today, and not just because it's about 40 degrees warmer than it was last time we were here at this spot, but to be here to celebrate the end of a great community project is even more richer than celebrating the beginning of it. And truly this was a community effort, everybody coming to the table, Mayor, Peter, all the great work, our county judge, and the community stepping up to make sure that this gets done. This was a project that almost didn't get done. I know this might surprise many of you, but every now and then when you're working with agencies and the federal government, if there's any ambiguity, sometimes things can get a little confusing, and it got to a point where that was happening. We were able to work with the Senator's office. Thank you, Senator Cruz, for being here and the great work you do representing our state, and Senator Cornyn, and together we were able to get the funding for this project to come here and let this community complete the work of restoring what needed to be done here at the Packery Channel. And you know, we all remember just a few years ago when coming out of Hurricane Harvey, and really Texans did what Texans did best, and that was step up and start helping each other. But we knew it would take years of recovery to get to work and to see the work completed. And many times when we were talking about Nueces County strong or Corpus Christi strong, sometimes it might have felt like a statement of faith at the point. But it's good to see that as the things are wrapping up and the projects being done, that indeed we can stand here saying that our community is strong and resilient. And if it wasn't for the people and the oomph to see these projects through, these kind of things wouldn't happen. But it's awesome to be a part of this community, and so we all deserve a hand. All right. God bless y'all.
Thank you for those remarks. And for our final speaker of today, join me in welcoming United States Senator Ted Cruz to the podium.
Well, thank you so much. It is great to be back in Corpus Christi. It is great to be here at a time of celebration. Let me say, first of all, for everyone who was here back in 2 years ago for the groundbreaking, Peter, you're right, it was bloody cold. It was cold, it was windy, we were shivering, and I will say this is spectacular. God is smiling down upon us. And we have reason to celebrate. You know, we think back to 2017. We think back to Hurricane Harvey. Every one of us remembers where we were when that disaster struck our state. It ended up being the second costliest natural disaster in United States history. It made landfall right by here at over 130 miles an hour, doing damage to Corpus Christi, and then up the coast to Port Aransas and Aransas Pass and Victoria and Galveston and Houston and Beaumont and Port Arthur and all the way to Orange and on the border of Louisiana. It was devastating. I'm a lifelong resident of the Gulf Coast. I love the Gulf Coast. As a kid, I remember vacationing down in Corpus, Padre Island. The devastation we saw here, we saw wind damage. As I traveled from community to community, I saw boats that had been thrown like they were matchbox cars, houses that had been devastated, small planes that had been lifted off the ground and plowed into the ground. We saw flooding that was massive. I remember going down a street not too far from where I grew up in Houston on a boat in 10 feet of water. But you know, in the face of all that disaster, I actually think we saw the very best of Texas. In the face of disaster, we got wildfires in the Panhandle, and it struck me the same thing we're seeing in the Panhandle is what we're seeing now, which is when a disaster strikes, Texans come together. And Texans help each other. And it is incredible, whether it was, first of all, when harm is in front of us, Texans stepping out and saving each other, just going and getting on a boat and pulling their neighbors out of harm's way. Rednecks and bass boats. It was an amazing, spectacular moment. And Mayor, you know what I love about it? Is that when people that were in harm's way, nobody asked what your political party was, or what your race was, or what your ethnicity was, or what your religion was. They just saw a Texan in need and said, I'm here to help you out. And this entire community came together in an incredible way. You know, I think back to the middle of it. I was asked in Houston to address the Houston City Council with, Michael, you'll appreciate this, your colleague and mine, Sheila Jackson Lee. And so Sheila and I together addressed the Houston City Council. And, you know, Sheila and I agree on everything. On that day, I said, listen, in the wake of this disaster, there are no Republicans, there are no Democrats. We are Texans standing together as one, and we will come through this. And one of the city council members looked over and noticed that just coincidentally, I happened to be wearing blue, and Sheila was wearing red. At which point, the two of us hugged each other. And I don't know which did more damage to the other's political career. In that moment, I hope no one recycles that photograph. It'd do real damage to Sheila, so I don't want to inflict that on her. But it's who we are. You know, Corpus Christi is a sparkling jewel of the Gulf Coast. Packery Channel is beautiful. You look at, it's very different from how it looked a couple of years ago. You look at 3,600 dump trucks. I gotta say, usually when that much is coming from Washington, it's manure and not rocks. But I gotta say, it has been a real pleasure in the days and weeks and months since that disaster. Working hand in hand, I can tell you, my office and I, we've spent literally thousands of hours working with the mayor, working with the city council, working with the county judge, working with Michael Cloud and John Cornyn. Let me tell you, your congressman does a fantastic job. Michael, thank you for fighting for the men and women of Corpus Christi so vigorously. But we had a completely unified team at the federal level, at the state level, at the local level, at the county level. Everyone worked hand in hand. And we're all aware when it comes to government, sometimes there's bureaucracy, sometimes it moves slowly. And we're here 7 years after Harvey instead of 2 years after Harvey. So there's frustration there, but also it moves slowly and it gets done. And there are a lot of men and women here who worked really, really hard to get us to this point. $13.5 million of federal resources. I can tell you, my office and I bird-dogged the hell out of it. Michael Cloud bird-dogged the hell out of it. John Cornyn bird-dogged the hell out of it. And we worked hand in hand with the leaders here to get it done. And I'm here to say the Packery Channel looks fantastic. And Corpus Christi, as we predicted in the wake of the hurricane, is stronger and more beautiful than ever. And I could not be more encouraged about the future of Corpus, the future of Wessex County, the future of the great state of Texas. We are all stronger together and standing together. God bless you.
A sincere thank you to all of our speakers and to all in attendance to witness the celebration of this achievement. As we conclude today's ceremony, I want to express my gratitude to those who contributed to the success of the Packery Channel restoration, dredging, and beach nourishment project. Your dedication and support reflect the spirit of our great city. As we move forward, let us take pride in this accomplishment and continue to work together towards a bright and prosperous future for Corpus Christi. I would now like to invite all of our local and state and federal officials and our city manager to come forward and participate in a fishnet ribbon cutting ceremony. Please. You're not?
TMI.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to give a shout out and thanks to the game wardens.
Thank you.